Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the spoiler review. I have all the tweets I actually tweeted for the whole entire movie. Hopefully, I'm able to piece it together. And what I meant to say also, along with the Santa Claus, Home Alone 4 also is dealing with divorced parents. That's what I missed. Okay, well, anyways, we're gonna go step by step, and I'll just piece the movie together for you. So, anyways, I was watching it, and wow, it was actually produced by WWE Studios slash WWE Productions. Either way you want to talk about it, chances are studios. Don't freaking flame me for this one. Well, anyways, so it was going okay. I mean, it had an okay start. The only messed up part is number one. You had Larry the Cable Guy. No offense to him, it's just that country's not my thing. And when you actually start with having some country stuff, like for instance, you got a bit of a country song music actually playing, and Larry the Cable Guy was singing. Yeah, his singing was, oh my gosh, no. But of course, there was a funny part where it was very, 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 very. What was it? What was the word? Foreshadowing. That's it. Of his alarm clock and the fact of he can't worth a darn get up at the alarm clock. Yeah, he has his daughter. His daughter actually wakes him up. So it's kind of like, yeah. On apparently on days when she's not there, he might actually oversleep and everything, which technically it works for his good. Technically, when it comes to his schedule, so apparently, yeah, the the stepdad actually got him outgunned. The mom actually married up, which brings the question: how in the world did Larry even get her mother to actually be like romantic and in love with him? But of course, hey, things can happen. I mean, look at Shrek and Fiona. Anyways, it was decent so far, but I was wondering who would play the Sinbad character. I actually was hoping that there actually was a character he'll go toe to toe with, besides the whole, well, you do have Victor, and Victor, the stepdad, could actually be the Sinbad character, which I was hoping no. I was hoping that there was another dad that he had to go against, but of course, Victor it is. But anyways, it's an interesting thing that you had Larry, who has a trucking business, or he deals with trucks, while you had Victor, who deals with cardboard boxes. And one funny thing is that the wife is a bit of a quote unquote neat freak, or at least she likes things to be in order, or look good. It's kind of funny that she's dating a dude with cardboard boxes, so she has places to put her stuff in boxes. It's a little joke, but if you get it, cool. If you don't get it, whatever. Well, anyways, so Victor muddied up the deal. The fact that he just tried to step in and say, kind of like what happened with Neil in the Santa Claus, is the fact that he tried to step in and say, hey, 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 wait a minute. We should have her this Christmas. Yeah, but the deal was back and forth Christmas. So the mom has her, and she had her last year. Now, the dad gets to have her this year. But instead, he was like, no, 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 but this is the first Christmas together as a family. I mean, I can get what he's trying to say, but yeah. And then the whole idea of two Christmases. Oh boy. Which I don't get that part. I mean, I'll explain to the end so it won't be truly a spoiler thing, but I don't get that. She's like, yay, two Christmases, but I'll get to that very soon. But it's kind of funny how it goes. It's just the fact that you know how kids are with their cute faces and how they can act cute with those big eyes, and it's like, how can I say no to you? Well, anyways, you have the introduction of the freaking toy that is sought after. Harrison the Talking Bear. It's kind of like Teddy Ruxpin, just a little bit, but it's way, way, way better. And also, it's like a Furby as well. But Furby only has like maybe less than 100 words. Oh, freaking Harrison here has 300, and he can learn your name. But I do have to say one thing. When it comes to Turbo Man versus the Harrison toy, I would go with Turbo Man. I'm sorry, but I would go with Turbo Man any day. But anyways, like I said, it was like the Santa Claus, just the fact of you have back and well, not back and forth. Technically, we don't even know how the deal with Neil and everything was, but whatever. It is kind of like what's going on there. Okay, well, then we get to the part of freaking Larry sees the setup of the freaking house of Victor, and he's like, man, I need to spice my place up. So he decided to get car pieces, lights, and make his own freaking parade of lights. And I basically said, man, this is a fire hazard waiting to happen. But instead of that, it was more like Larry gets shocked and the lights go out. Well, I'm glad it was no fire because well, I mean, he had a freaking nutcracker like, yeah, the light thing, and I thought that would catch on fire, and then he's gonna be like, shh, shh. Yeah, kind of like later on with kind of funniness of how Santa Claus technically Santa Claus begins with this, and yeah, whatever. I'm gonna continue on. Of course, I'm a guy, and wait. First, I'm gonna say this: the girl is so picky, but hey, she's like freaking Kevin in Home Alone. She loves Christmas a lot. Yeah, she was picky at the little small tree they had, and she wanted a big tree. So, yeah, no choice but to go to the tree place and get a tree that is within his budget. Which I don't really remember if he got one or not. That's one thing that's kind of funny. I think he did. I think, yeah, he did get a tree. Anyways, while he was there, Victor actually was there, and he actually was buying this big tree, and we technically got the idea of it was for, well, technically Larry got the idea that it was for his daughter, but instead it was technically for the donations. Yeah, it was for the city itself, but he missed that part. Yeah, he missed that part. Well, anyways, yeah, the movie is a bit of a goofy side to it. It really does. Yeah, I mean, first you had the freaking snow machine that was supposed to give the Christmas tree snow. And yeah, Larry just went in there and I need to mention this, I'm going to mention this again, is that the freaking cell phone they use, the cell phone ringtone they use, it's just too reminiscent to freaking Shaun of the Dead. I'm like, every time I hear it, I'm like, man, that so sounds like the ringtone from Shaun of the Dead. Shh, freaking damn Homer. Shh. Well, anyways, yeah, so, like I said, one thing I said when I actually really learned his name was, wow, no really invention, huh? The fact of they just, name him Larry. It's like, wow, really? Just name him Larry? What did you do for the Tooth Fairy 2? Even though this is WWE and whoever did the Tooth Fairy, I don't know. But still, it's kind of like, you could have came up with some different name. It kind of seems like, oh yeah, just call him Larry, yeah, just do it. Oh boy. But anyways, Victor is maybe buying her love. Yeah, so it seems like he might be buying her love, even though that's what Larry thought. But of course, there's some evidence that we get that idea too. Well, anyways, they were trying to top each other. The snow transport went so wrong. So what he basically did was, well, Victor basically had a portable snow machine, and they played freaking snowball fight, and Victor got whooped. Yeah, the daughter can throw and battle in snowball. Of course, see who her father is. Yeah, so dang. Well, anyways, so what he's gonna do was get a truck, transports from fresh snow, and take it to his daughter. And instead, you know what happens here. You got Jumanji going on. You have the whole entire monsoon thing, and you have Carl from, yeah, the policeman. Carl kicks the door down. Whoosh, exactly the same thing, same idea. I was like, when I saw him putting the snow in there, I was like, is that a refrigerated truck? Because that's the only way, kind of how he could do it, is a refrigeration truck. But he didn't get that, and no idea if he actually does have that necessity, because if he does, then it seems more of an idiot instead of actually getting that other truck. But anyways, yeah, this also, yeah, the third movie, I was trying to remember this too. This also is like Liar Liar, the separated parents situation. Just the fact of, yeah, some kind of thing to it. Oh, anyways, he has a friend. Larry has a friend. His name is Claude, and Claude actually is. I'm gonna get to who Claude is by the end because I have something to show that is very, very messed the freak up. In my personal opinion, chances are many of you are gonna root for her and say, "Yeah, she's right. Yeah, claw him in the eye, kick him in the balls." But anyways, yeah. So Claude is actually the voice of reason here. He's the one who is kind of like, "You shouldn't do that. Do you think that's a good idea? Your daughter loves you no matter what. Even if you try to get the freaking toy, it doesn't matter. It's just having you, and she'll be happy with whatever you give her." That's a bullcrap lie. That's a bullcrap lie at the freaking end. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, the daughter, we get to the point of what she wants. And when I said Harrison the talking bear, that was only because it was on the freaking TV. Yeah, they had a TV commercial. No, not even TV commercial. You had a TV anchor who apparently is present throughout this whole entire movie. Well, at least 2 or 3 times. But anyway, she reports that the teddy bear is very, 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 very whoa. So yeah. But anyways, his daughter was so vague about her big gift she wanted, and of course you had Claude there saying, "You shouldn't open that. You shouldn't open her letters for Santa." What you gonna do? So when I leave, you're gonna open my letter? You know what? You're gonna get in trouble by me, and you're gonna get in trouble by the post office because it's against the law. I'm like, really? Okay, now he's a good voice of reason, but when it comes to this argument, I'm like, dude, you're a piece of trash, right? You're a freaking idiot. Of course he needs to open the freaking damn letter. How else he's supposed to know that his daughter was wanted? I mean, yeah, in this freaking universe, quote unquote universe, maybe there is a Santa. But the thing is and chances, and actually there is a Santa, but still, dude, he needs to know what's in the freaking letter. If he doesn't know what's in the letter, guess what? She's not gonna get crap for Christmas. Yeah, you bastard. But anyways, yeah, let me stop trashing this stupid idiot before he comes over here and give me a pound driver. Oh. But anyways, so how would anyone know? Yeah, like for instance, yeah, if he didn't open the letter, how would anyone know? Santa, sure, he might know, but it's like, well, anyways, her handwriting sucked. It actually said Harrison, or Harrison. Yeah, it's spelled Herasone, and eventually you get to the point of being like, oh yeah, it's Harrison, of course it has to be, but ah, yeah, of course it comes to the point of actually being like, wow, so Victor is the Santa Claus, is freaking Sinbad's character. He's the rival for the main character. I would still rather have the big fight going on because look at Sinbad and freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger's character. They basically went back and forth. Yeah, they were looking for it together, and then you had Sinbad who stabbed him in the back. It was funny as hell, and it continues to be funny as hell. It really does. It really does be funny as hell. I also laugh at the part of when, like for instance, in the first Jingle All the Way, you had at the end, he gave the son a present, and then the wife was like, "You searched so far and wide for our son's present. I bet mine's gonna be spectacular." He's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh!" But in this movie, there is no freaking worry on that one because you know why? He's divorced. He only just has his daughter to take care of, his daughter to care about. So it's like you got rid of that other aspect. They tried to not be the same one as the other one, which is good. I think that's a good idea. But anyways, yeah, her handwriting sucked and yada yada yada. And it's funny that the letter wouldn't even help even Santa. That's how bad her handwriting was. But of course, I do have to come to the funny thing at the end of the movie, that's a big debate, a little bit of a debate. But anyways, so I laughed at the toy freaking store he had to go to. The toy store was none other than Toy Trader and Collectibles. And Toy Trader had this guy named Jeffrey, and Jeffrey kept on saying no, he didn't even say Happy Holidays. He said Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Winter Solstice, Happy Hanukkah, and he maybe listed like two or three more. Yeah, so yeah, it's like yeah, so he had to get help deciphering the letter, and Jeffrey here basically it just technically made me the fact of saying, Larry, you idiot. It was on the TV. If you weren't looking at the TV, you could at least be an eardrum listening to that. Or at least it could have been a scene where it's like, hey, you know what? That's kind of funny. Or something like that would have been cool. We had it for a kid and whatever, whatever. But anyways, yeah. So when he had to leave because the teddy bears was sold out for the first time. This is the first time it was sold out. But it's because of the parents. Yeah, so I basically just said, Jeffrey, just say Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays is so easier than actually losing your breath over how many holidays you just said and listed. But anyways, this comes to the point of where it's the commercial, and I've said so far it's still decent. And the toy hunt is on, and this is the first time, well, technically the second time, I actually start using their tag. I don't really use hashtags a lot, but why not? And I did it for the reasonable ones. I mean, the rest of them, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to use it for them. But anyways, it comes to the showdown of him and the alarm, because now he has to do the toy hunt. And guess what? We saw it coming. He slept through the alarm. He slept through it. I think it was from 7 a.m. and he woke up and stopped the alarm at 11:45, I think. Or it was like an 11 o'clock, about to be noon very soon. Yeah, so you can see that, yeah, he sucks at alarms. And we have no idea how it is during the weekdays. So, but anyways, you get to the point of, oh my gosh, what the hell? He bought all of them? Really? Yeah, and what about the other kids? It's like, what about the other kids? You have to be considerate of others. It's like, I get to understand just the fact of you bought them all up and then you sell them secretly. Sell them for store price and just basically taking it, making sure that everyone can get what they want, but not the person that you're really trying to screw over. But anyways, no, he just say buy them all up. Just buy them all up. And then you have the freaking henchman, quote unquote henchman, who's basically a security guard, and you have him basically dropped one of the Harrison teddy bears, and a kid went to him and picked it up. And oh yes, the kid actually is very, 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 very foreshadowing because he shows up again. But anyways, yeah, so the kid picked up the toy, and I was like, dude, just let him have it. Because what? Larry's gonna go to the kid and say, hey kid, I'll buy it from you for $50. Not really. Yeah, Larry doesn't know where the hell you are. So chances are, just having one measly freaking teddy bear fall out of your hands doesn't mean really anything. So yeah. Yeah, but anyway, he had the freaking nerve to take it from the kid saying, this is mine. Which I have to admit, that's some messed up crap. The next one is the ringtone. Yes, the old ringtone showed up again. And I'm like, dude, this is so much of the ringtone from Shaun of the Dead. And heck, you have a new freaking cell phone. How the freak do you even have this old freaking ringtone? One second. Oh, what? Yeah, I don't think that person should have followed me. But whatever. Whatever. I'll let it go. But anyways, yeah, so, uh-oh. Yep, I think he should have reserved for an hour when they signed up. Oh, so, yeah, he signed up with Toy Trader when he got a new shipment, and a new shipment came, and he called everybody, which you would figure that he would have been cool enough to say, well, everyone on the list actually wrote their names down, so why not have this certain teddy bear reserved for them? Yeah, so everyone would get at least one teddy bear. Yeah, but it ends very, very crazy. It's the fact of they're all bought up. They were bought up in 5 seconds. In 5 seconds, he was able to buy them and take them out in his van. Yeah. Excuse me. So, anyways, yes, the undercover guy, the freaking security guard who works for Victor's boxes. Larry finds out that he's on to them, kind of onto it, and he tried to bargain with them, and it failed, of course. And I thought there was gonna be a fight. Yeah, and that's why I figured is that since he has like a horde of them, that a fight will broke out very, very soon, where everyone's like, "Hey, got all the bears, get them!" Psh, 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 psh. That's what I would really have liked to see. Heck, the wrestler should have been in that one, so it would have been funny as hell to see this guy knows how to fight, and everyone who goes after him basically gets knocked down, beating the crap out. That would have been funny. That would have been funny as heck. And you know the fact of, oh my gosh, we should have messed with him. Run away. Run away. That would have been cool. I was expecting a fight because that's what happened in Jingle All The Way. It was a freaking fight. But let's continue on, shall we? Yeah, it should have came to a point, and my mom said it. Larry said it. The fact that there should have been one per customer deal. But yeah, he's like, all is here. He's like, yeah, he's giving a freaking excuse saying they're available when they're available, and there was no limit how many person can buy them all. So yeah. Well, anyways, I kept on saying I wanted a fight. Where is my fight? And then that greedy bastard Victor is still buying up all the freaking teddy bears. My goodness. And oh wow, bloating in disguise. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know which one that meant. Sorry. Yeah, next up is what he's calling this code operation Who's Your Daddy? Wow. Wow. And then it comes even more wow. The fact that you have twin elderly ladies, twin sisters, and Larry was just asking them where they got the freaking teddy bear from. But they kept on yammering on saying, oh my gosh, you're the fifth person who came to us and tried to buy it from us. Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's like, oh, you gonna steal it from us? Huh? You think you gonna steal it? And then basically one of them kicked him in the balls and said, treat you right. And that's when I'm like, screw those damn ladies. Screw those damn elderly ladies. I even go on to say, screw them, and I hope when you pass out the freaking teddy bears that you don't freaking give them squat. And apparently, yeah, that teddy bear was for their great niece or some kind of crap. Anyways, so indeed, instead of, oh, I meant to should have said instead I put indeed. Well, anyways, instead of a radio station contest where you had to name all 12 reindeer, this time it's from a fundraiser. And this fundraiser actually had a mechanical bull or slash mechanical reindeer. And we have a competitive dad with a son, which I would have loved to see this result into a fight. I would have loved to. That's one thing I really enjoyed about A Jingle All The Way is the nice little fight that they had between Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad. It was very, very creative. I enjoyed that, but yet, yeah. And the funny part is that I was gonna say it's a knockoff. Yeah, it's kind of like the drug ring in the original one. The fact of Arnold bought it. I know his character is not Arnold, but just work with me here. So yeah, he bought it. He opened it up, and then you have Turbo Man in pieces. And what's even worse, he pressed Turbo Man, and he says the catchphrase in Spanish. Yeah. I was actually going to laugh when he actually was going to straight up win and the teddy bear is no good. But anyways, he glued himself. Yeah, he basically glued himself. He glued his pants and he tried to win the mechanical bull, but guess what? You know what happens. Yeah, went out of the pants. He did win, but he got cheated out of the win. The fact of he actually was trying to get first prize, which first prize usually would be the freaking teddy bear, the thing that's sought after, but instead it's actually two for a romantic evening or some kind of crap. And second place, which I'm like, what the hell? Second place was the freaking teddy bear. So the dad who had 22 seconds, he was like, yeah, second place. One second. Yeah, so next up is the commercial break. And when the commercial break came back, it was like a dream where everyone had the teddy bears. Well, you'll figure either it was a dream or just the fact of Victor did right. Victor gave away all of the bears, or at least made some people buy them and stuff. But sadly, it was a freaking dream. How you know? Because you had Larry the teddy bear, and the Larry the teddy bear actually said, "Get her done." And you had freaking Victor, who was like, "I'm number one dad." And then you had the daughter come out of nowhere saying, "Oh, daddy, can you give me the Victor bear?" Yeah, bad dream. Yeah, and then after that, you had the whole fact of he became very, very desperate that he actually went to a homeless place, which I do have to admit, this actually might be compatible to the time where Arnold Schwarzenegger sees his neighbor has the freaking Turbo Man, and he stoops so low to actually steal it from their house. Wow. Yeah, but he wasn't able to get it. Yeah, I remember he wasn't able to get it though. So yeah, this time he went solo to actually go to a place where they're donating toys, and he saw the teddy bear on TV, which is like, oh well, finally you watched TV. So that's what he did. He dressed himself up as a hobo and went to get it, and he got it all right. And on the way, you have freaking Janie. Yeah, you had Janie who was dating him in high school, and she thinks that she dumped him, but instead it was he who dumped her. Yeah, so she tries to basically be the bigger person and not to basically make anyone who's out there who's Christian, which I am Christian, but there's some who are high and mighty and they think that they are way above everyone else and they know a thing or two, and they have the right to be able to look down on someone and say, I hope you feel better. I hope things are turning around. It's like, yeah. And wait until you see what happens to freaking Janie next time we see her. You'll be surprised. But anyways, yeah, so it was low. He went there, he got the freaking Santa's lap, and he told him about his daughter. Santa gave him the doll, and then he had to straight up say, I ain't Mexican and I feel like I'm gonna poop my pants. So if you want me to get off your freaking lap, you're gonna have to give me the freaking Harrison, or you're gonna have to go back there and wipe those freaking, yeah, pick a freaking towel and freaking try to wipe it all out and stuff. Yeah, so he gave him the Harrison doll, the Harrison bear. He ran out, and then you have this messed up moment where he's a freaking sad kid. Wow, a sad freaking kid. Which of course it brings to the question of, yeah, let me get to that point in a minute. But anyways, yeah, so he got the bear, but the freaking sad kid was like, my daddy, he's in jail, and he's not gonna come out for a while, and then my mom, she's very, very poor, and we're trying to struggle for life, and I'm not gonna have a good Christmas. Yeah, so it turns out that the freaking kid is a con artist. He took the freaking bear and ran for it. And this is the point where you get to the freaking, oh my gosh. It's the fact that you get Janie and you get to see where she went, which was to her church. And it was right there where it got stopped. Yeah, the kid ran all the way to the church for some freaking reason. And yeah, he basically played a sympathy card saying, my daddy got me this bear and this guy's trying to steal it from me. Yeah, and then Janie. Yeah, it's crazy what happened with Janie. Janie basically thought that because she dumped him, he went into poverty and became a bum on the street. Wow. I mean, seriously, you have to be big of yourself to actually think you have that power. Personally, I know that everyone that I ever had a relationship with, chances are they're doing very, very good for themselves. Heck, some of them are even married. So it's kind of like the point of, yeah, really? Even I don't have that power. But anyways, I do have to admit, I prefer Sinbad over this freaking kid con artist. I'm just saying, I would have rather had Sinbad here because this con artist kid is just bullcrap. But anyways, what Janie did is get everyone riled up and chase after him. And at the point of when he was running, he had that ultimate chance of while he's running, he yoinked the freaking teddy bear out of the kid's arms and run for it. He could have done that, but instead, no, he just ran for his dear life. Yeah, and yeah, Janie, she is messing up. And one thing is, like I said, is I kind of hope that the dream wasn't a dream. Yeah, this is when the commercial happened. With all those bears, it's a bit selfish, don't you think? Just the fact of he's cornering all the bears. I mean, yes, I get it. You want Larry not to have a bear, but what about everyone else who gets suffers in the consequences? I said, "Oh yeah, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, so he was with his friend Claude when he had his cell phone ringing, and the cell phone was way in the freaking chips bowl. Ugh. But anyways, there's that ringtone again, and it so reminds me of Shaun of the Dead. Really does. So, anyways, this is the true place that replaces the drug deal, the drug trade deal, the one with the Mexican Turbo Man that they have to assemble him. He has to assemble it himself. So basically, he needs $500 and he has to go in this discreet location alone. And of course, I yelled in Jingle All The Way too, hashtag it's a cheapo. Yeah, I wish I didn't do that because, yeah. But it turns out the person that called him, the person that's way dark and called him was Jeffrey. What? And I figured that it was most likely would end sourly because it looked like Jeffrey here has been sneaking some toys. And it was none other than a freaking teddy bear that he was sneaking. So yeah, there was some where he actually let the person buy all of them, and then there was some where he actually cornered himself. Chances are he might have cut it in half, and he maybe got 100, but he said 50 of them, and he cut it in half and put it right there, something like that. I don't really know how he did it. But anyways, I knew it was either a freaking cheapo bear, the fact that it's a bear that is resembles freaking Harrison, but it could also be a drug bust, quote unquote drug bust, which that's what it is. The police were like, "Wait, freeze! Yeah, we knew that you were doing black black market crap. Yeah, now you're under arrest, buddy." Yeah, so he got arrested along with his elf, or what the teacher in Santa Claus said, little people. Yeah. Well, anyways, it turns out, yeah, here's the reporter again. The reporter is saying somebody has been buying up lots and lots of the freaking Harrison talking teddy bears. Yeah, so now they're getting close to the point, and they're like, there's one mysterious man who bought them. And yeah, she said most likely going to be sold in the black market, which I'm like, you're way off. Yeah, it wasn't going to be sold in the black market. So he did the best thing, which he went to go steal one of those bears. Yeah, so he figured out it was Victor who got it, so he's going to go and get the bears, get one of those bears, and I basically thought he would have get to the point because hey, it's a freaking goofy movie anyways. Why not he break into the freaking police department, steal one of those bears, and go for it? I would figure he would have done that, but apparently not. But anyways, yeah. So one thing I came up was the idea of a smart plan, a better plan than what he had. Besides the whole sneak in, steal one of the bears, sneak out, is the fact of he got his truck. He tell all the parents who wanted one to either follow him or meet at a rendezvous place. He freaking gets all the bears, put them all in the truck, and then drive to a certain location and give all the people the freaking teddy bear. That's how it could work. But anyways, whatever. And then you had the same kid again, the one that licked his, showed his tongue, and yeah, the one that got his freaking teddy bear that he picked up off the ground, stolen, quote unquote stolen. And you had the elderly twin ladies, which I was like, boo, kicking a person in the crotch without even learning exactly what they want. Seriously? But anyways, so I thought that those presents was actually supposed to be the teddy bears, and yeah, by the end of the movie, you find out that those, yeah, so you would figure that he actually used the donation money to buy all those bears, but that wasn't the case. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, it turns out he has a secret vault, and now becomes the showdown with father and stepfather. Yeah, so after that showdown, the fact of you had the freaking teddy bear getting thrown at each other, they were using the teddy bears as freaking dodgeballs. Yeah, you. Oh, that happened later. Yeah, for right now, what happens is that he reveals Victor after he pulled out a bag of lettuce. Yeah, a box full of lettuce, and he grabbed one of the bears. He tried to run, and yeah, there was a little struggle, and after that, the freaking handle broke, and now they're both stuck. And I figured as much that the freaking cell phone doesn't have any bars, so yeah. And it turns out, yeah, it's a metal room. They don't have any bars. But uh-oh, it's busted. Yeah, it turns out the freaking reporter made it all the way to point it back to Victor's Box Industries. The fact of the card was used and the signature he used, which I was like, dude, why did you leave a trace? You fool. I figured you were a smart guy and you're a freaking security guard, but dude, you left a trace. Why the frick did you leave a trace, man? What the heck? So yeah, that's what happened is he left a trace and now they're pointing their finger at him, and he backstabbed his boss. He said, "My boss made me do it. It was a boss." And yeah, here's the point where they actually threw the bears around and hit each other with them. Yeah. It's the crappiest fight, and this is the close to a fight that you ever get besides what happened with. Yeah, I mean, sorry, but Jingle All the Way outdone. It's just been outdone. Yeah, this one has no chance of even doing anything, even if they would have actually had Larry the Cable Guy dressed as the freaking teddy bear saying, "Hey, boys and girls, how you doing? Who gets the free freaking teddy bear, Harrison teddy bear?" And then he goes to his daughter and saying, "You deserve it, little girl." And then I don't know what Victor would dress up as, maybe as Santa Claus. That would have been a good fight. The fact that you had a teddy bear fighting Santa Claus, that would be crazy as hell. That would have been funny. Well, anyways, it turns out he spent 40K on all those dolls. 40K on all those bears. What? I know I said dolls, leave me alone. What? And then you had dad, stepdad, heart to heart. And then they showed the pictures that they took of their daughter. And it turns out for Larry, just Larry, sorry, I was going to say Larry the Cable Guy. It took Larry 5 years to get out of high school, even though he joked about getting out at 6. 5 years, huh? Ouch. Meanwhile, while they're trying to work together to get out of that freaking vault slash safe room or whatever you want to call it, so you basically had him driving a forklift through the place to escape. But yeah, but meanwhile, the crowd is pissed. They want blood. They are after freaking Victor now. They're pissed off. Yeah, but one thing I know is that there's one thing they could do to solve all their people's problems and everything, and it's what they do, which is give out the teddy bears. Of course, give out all the Harrison teddy bears you got. But of course, definitely save one for your daughter because that's what she wanted. I also said, just like I said, the elderly twin ladies, hell no. Don't give them they kicked them in the balls. What the frig, man? Yeah. So now it comes to freaking Christmas Day. she gets her freaking present. Oh, wait, sorry. I forgot. The fact that those two, while in the freaking room together, they said, you know what? We should have Christmas together. That's what I was going to say. That's what they had. They actually now have a quote unquote better relationship. Hey, it's better than what freaking Scott and Carl? No, not Carl. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name now. Well, anyways, yeah, you know from Santa Claus, they have a better relationship than those two. Well, technically, does the relationship for those two actually get better and better actually within the sequels? But anyways, so yeah, so now they're kind of buddies, or at least they can tolerate each other. But they get to the point of she has the freaking present, and it's the freaking Harrison teddy bear. But she's like, she wasn't excited. She wasn't grateful at all. What? Yeah, and then they basically spilled about the whole looking at the letter and stuff, and she showed them. Well, technically, Larry was the only one who looked at the letter. As for the rest of them, they didn't know squat. So it turns out that Harrisone actually was there as one, aka together as one. So what she wanted for Christmas actually was to be together with her stepdad, her dad, and her mom and her, all of them together. So that so it brings to the point of she is dyslexic apparently, which at least she got it. But dang, all that trouble, all that freaking all that problem that you caused with every single parent was for no reason at all. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But anyways, yeah, just like how Santa Claus was, which this is the point, is the fact that the dad burnt the turkey, but at least there was no fire. Yeah, so he did better than Scott. At least there was no fire. That's good. So, like I said in the previous one, is that freaking this is a decent movie. I'll say decent. I say good movie. It's a decent movie, and at least it's better than Home Alone 4. So if you're stuck in a room with either this movie or Home Alone 4, I say watch Jingle All the Way 2, because at least it's more tolerable. And for right now, as I can say through the TV version, it might actually be without the TV breaks, which that's what it was. It was made without being made for TV. So that's the good news of it. So yeah, and then we have a little rebuttal right quick. Oh wait, I forgot. Which one should I do first? Yeah, I'm gonna keep this rebuttal to the last point and actually go to what's very, very gruesome. Alright, you ready for this? So, because I didn't know who was the wrestler, because the wrestler wasn't. Yeah, I figured that the wrestler would actually be someone that you're able to identify very, very easily. But of course, I've been out of wrestling, watching WWE for a while now, and only got to watch, I think, 2007 to 2012 or 11 matches. Yeah, I haven't even got to like the previous ones that recently happened. So I wasn't able to really point out, oh, he's the wrestler. So basically, what happened is that you had, yeah, so I basically said on a certain website that I am on that there was no wrestler at all. There was no wrestler whatsoever. And it looks like this thing cut the part off that I actually said it with. Whatever. But anyways, yeah, I said there was no wrestler at all. I didn't see any wrestler in there. Oh wait, here we go. I found out already. Ready. Just the fact that it was sponsored by WWE. And the weird part is there was no wrestler in sight. And then you have freaking Gina here who's like, yeah, just showing me crap. She was like, here, look at this. John, make sure you have all the facts right before you try to make someone look like a lawyer. It's like, what the seriously, lady? Yeah. Yeah, so basically you had Gina, who's a bastard. Yeah, and then after that, she said, "Still gonna say no wrestler in the movie?" Yeah, don't you admit that she's freaking out right here? And it's like official website, and then more and more and more, and then here's some links that'll help you out. And it's like, you're not even spelling my name right. So as you can see, she freaking freaked out and had like at least four freaking comments to say. Given, yeah, the it's a lot of crap that happened just now. Really, it's a lot of crap. And again, she has like many links that she's gone way out of her way instead of just saying the simple thing. One simple thing that could have just been like easy, simple. You could have just said, guy, you know that Larry's friend Claude was the wrestler, right? Because that's all you had to say. I would figure the wrestler would have came up eventually. The wrestler would have did some moves and freaking had a fight or anything, but there was no wrestling moves. There was no crap. There was nothing. Mostly in all WWE studio movies, you can count on one thing, that there was gonna at least be a little fight scene in the freaking movie, or at least lots of action. And you can say, "Oh, that's." And of course, yeah, if you're gonna count the mechanical bull as an action scene, it's like, dude. But the wrestler guy lasted for 1 freaking second. Yeah, I would have rather actually not even have a wrestler in there or no one say crap to me that, oh yeah, the wrestler was his friend. Because now it makes it worse because I was gonna go to the point of being like, maybe Victor was the guy. And I would have been okay with it. I would have been fine. Of course, Victor doesn't look like a freaking wrestler at all, but I would have been fine if it would just been him. But instead, having his best friend, having his friend being the freaking wrestler. The wrestler is his friend. It's like, dude, dude. Yeah, that if I had to do 1 to 10 on this, that would have took it down 3 freaking points right there. Just the fact that you had the freaking wrestler being his friend instead of being his rival. I would have rather have the wrestler being the freaking dad over there who has a son who wants the freaking Harrison Bear. And then after freaking Larry gets that bear, the wrestler comes up to him, dad comes up to him, and they start fighting, beating the crap out of each other. Or something like that, something very silly is the fact of, dude, that's the wrestler. I mean, jeez. Yeah, so thank Gina for making it so that I'm saying screw the wrestler, screw this movie a little bit more. I mean, this movie was okay. It was kind of okay, but it wasn't that good. I mean, I wouldn't really recommend to anyone exactly. But as soon as what was her name? Gina Roth? Was that her freaking name? Yeah, Gina Roth. So, thanks to Gina Roth right here, I can't really say that this is a decent movie because, dude, if you're going to have a freaking wrestler in a movie, you would figure that they would be like, yeah, he's the person against them. He's the bad boy. He's the muscly bad boy who's against them. I mean, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. I mean, if you're going to plan to actually make a good sequel, that's what should have happened. But if you're going to make a sequel that's like, yeah, I see why it went to freaking video only and on TV. I see why it happened because of that. Yeah, so good job, freaking Gina. You screwed everyone over. No, you didn't screw everyone over. You just screwed the fact that you had that. So yeah, congratulations. But anyways, we come to the point and the final thing after this whole messed up hoopla that just happened with two girls, and the two girls kept on continuing to badger me all the way to the point of when they finally stopped, which I like to say thank goodness, even though they tried to make me look like the jerk. I'm not gonna get into this. Let's get back to the freaking movie. So here's the last thing I need to talk about is the rebuttal. So basically, there is a little thing that makes it seem like she's dyslexic. And because of that, it's just kind of a bit messed up, isn't it? It's the fact of you're like, oh my gosh, she's dyslexic. And yeah, just by the way she was writing. But think about it this way. her wish was to actually have her family together, right? That's what she wanted. So why not have Santa Claus basically do some magic and scribble around her letter and make it seem like she wanted freaking Harrison, even though it's kind of like, Santa, you kind of suck. I mean, you scrambled it, but it's kind of like, but you made it sound like she's an idiot. I mean, you did a good job at it, but it's like, dude, you made her sound like a freaking stupid idiot who can't actually spell. But yeah, that's not a part of it at all. She actually can spell. But anyways, that's what happened. Santa actually changed the way her letter looked like. And because of that, that saves her from being dyslexic. And then we have all questions of like, the dad should have known she was dyslexic. The mom should have known she was dyslexic. And the freaking stepdad should have known she's dyslexic. If not, then it's like you guys are all bad parents now. But yeah, one thing they should have done was add a ho 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 when it came to the whole remixing of the letters, or some kind of magical thingy, some kind of weird magic thing. And it's like, oh whoa, yeah. But anyways, yeah, this movie really got me into a little bit of trouble. This is crazy. This movie actually got me in trouble by the freaking girls over here. Yeah, so yeah, I don't give a crap. I'm just saying the fact of, and this is my point of view, is the fact of, if you're going to freaking make a sequel to Jingle All the Way and at least make it good enough that everyone's like, hell yeah, it's going to my collection, I would at least basically tell you, yeah, the wrestler you choose have to be the bad guy. Because you should have a muscly bad guy who, yeah, I mean, it's very, very cool. And what would have been crazier is just the fact that they would have got Randy Orton. Yeah, they would have got Randy Orton as the bad guy. That would have been crazy as heck. And you could have made the rival crazy. You could have made him weird as heck. He had a snake, or just the fact that his wife has a snake. She has blonde hair. She wears boots. Yeah, just have a crazy family that he actually has, and he has a daughter or a son who wanted that teddy bear too, and you basically butt heads on trying to hunt it down instead of the whole, oh well, he came too late. Yeah, or the person, no, technically it came too late was the part of Jingle All the Way. This one is more the fact of one person bought all of it up. So yeah, man, jeez, man. So I'm not gonna say they were doomed to fail, but I'm just saying what I thought is that usually when it comes to WWE studios is that their sequels are not as good as the first one, but this is the first one that they're making of this freaking quote unquote franchise. So you would figure that the second one would be good, then the third one would be decent, and the fourth one would be decent. But this time it seems like even if they retake a franchise and make it their own, the sequel after that will still be just decent and not actually one that so here's my thing, is just to say, if you want to buy this on DVD or not, it's up to you, but personally just buy how it is and how it goes. I would say it's cute for a DVD. It's cute, but if I'm going to be like, hell yeah, this is the best thing ever, like the freaking first one. The first one I'm going to go tomorrow and actually buy because it's $5 and it's actually the extended cut. The extended director's cut. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that one deserves to be in my freaking collection. Now this one, the second one, even if they have that stupid miniature Harrison teddy bear, I'm like, dude, yeah, pass on this. Pass on it. But if you love if you love Larry the Cable Guy, definitely buy this one because you might like it. You might enjoy this. But if you don't like Larry the Cable Guy, then or you just love the story of the first one and you would love to see it recreated so you can have another one that you can enjoy besides just watching the first one over and over again, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, but it's not going to happen. But anyways, thank you for watching this, and I know this was quite long, so for you who stuck it out to the end, thank you so much for listening to this. And as for the rest of you, well, you're not listening to this, so I can't say anything. But anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned. And if you guys like this and want more, go ahead and like this, comment down below. And of course, for anyone else who is like, oh my gosh, what those girls did, they were right. They were in the right. You suck. Well, I would like to say, you, buddy. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Harrison said it better. He said, shut up. Hello, shut up. So, thank you for watching, and I am done. Have a good, happy holidays, and I will see you eventually, because it's Christmas is coming up, so I might actually just take a break from this. So, thank you for watching, and yep, happy holidays.
You're a mean one, Mrs. Grinch. You really are a heel.
You're as cuddly as a cactus, and your razor-sharp teeth is crazy, Mrs. Grinch.
You're a really bad banana with a greasy black hair. You're a monster, Mrs. Grinch. Your heart is an empty hole. Your brain is full of fingers, and your garlic is in your soul, Mrs. Grinch. If I had the movie with me, I'd rather have it and not you instead.
You're bowing, Mrs. Grinch. Your nails are very pointy as hell. No wonder you were ruthless and tried to cut me out like a nut job, Mrs. Grinch.
Give it a reason. Between the freaking DVD and you, I'll take the DVD instead.
You're a rotten Mrs. Grinch. You're the queen of sinful suds. Your heart's blurred into tomato and blood and go, Mrs. Grinch.
Your nails are so big that you were able to freaking type that in 3 seconds flat.
You nauseate me, Mrs. Grinch. Within nauseous, super, yeah.
Your crooked jerk-face jocking you type like a nut hoe,
Mrs. Grinch. Your soul is full of appealing dumphead and overflowing with the most disgraceful sorts of rubbish imaginable, and you are a piece of mangled up and tangled knots, you son of a... You're a foul one, Mrs. Grinch. You're a wasteful and wasty skunk. You're a heart full of wasted water socks and your soul's full of gunk, Mrs. Grinch.
If there's 3 words to describe you, it would be as follows. Stupid, dumb, big-mouthed hoe. Merry Christmas, everybody.